Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Thursday night from Los Angeles, California, man. Hope everyone's having a good night, had a good Thursday over there, man. Boston Celtics defeated the Indiana Pacers tonight, 126-110 in the city of Boston tonight, man, when Tyrese Halliburton going down with what appears to be a hamstring injury after playing just 28 minutes in today's game. And that kind of sparked the title of the video tonight. Give a little time for people to come in here. It sparks a conversation tonight of the Boston Celtic and Los Angeles Clipper / Kawhi fanboy fan bases has spent 4 years bashing the Los Angeles Lakers. Very legitimate championship in 2020. Very legitimate. And, calling it easy. They had time off, yada, yada, yada. Guys didn't want to be there, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's been spending 4 years bashing the bubble chip, right? Bashing that bubble chip. So now, it only feels right to spark the conversation since they want to make things seem like 2020 was easy. They want to make it seem like players months away from their entire families was easy. They want to see what it felt like taking home court advantage for the top team in the NBA, taking home court advantage away, giving the other teams an advantage was easy. And convenient enough, the two teams that complained about it being easy were two teams that were talking all that mess in the bubble until they lost. But it was easy. No, you know what's easy? You know what's easy? Playing in the Eastern Conference. That's pretty easy. You know what's easy? Playing 3 rounds of playoffs in the Eastern Conference. That's pretty easy. What also is easy? Playing the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler. It's pretty easy. Playing the final 2 games of a series in the second round without Donovan Mitchell. That's pretty easy. And then after blowing almost blowing game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, because this Celtic team under pressure has had their work cut out for them this season, especially at home. Then the best player on the Indiana Pacers goes down with a hamstring injury. It may not return. May not return. Definitely didn't return in this game. So people want to talk about easy. Shout out to my guy Easy, man. Easy money. Pun intended, out there in Boston. My guy Deadeye out there in Boston. Who are definitely going to push back on this because they want to act like the Lakers don't have 17 chips according to them. The Minnesota ones don't count. Nothing about the Lakers winning counts to them, right? But I bet you they count every single one of them Patriots championships though, huh? Because if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? Incredible, man. Incredible. But anyways, man, let's talk about it. Can you remember an easier path, assuming that the Boston Celtics don't muck it up and fall apart under pressure, which I don't think they're gonna. I definitely have them winning the series before Halliburton got hurt. But what I'm saying, they're a 60-win team, right? They're they're a very good basketball team. I'm not gonna take that away from them. Definitely not gonna take that away from them. Not even gonna attempt to take that away from them. But like I said, they seem to spend a lot of time trying to discredit everything that the Los Angeles Lakers have achieved and done. So, we definitely had to have a little fun, with this one. So I'm curious to see what you guys think in the chat, what you got the replay viewers think. And let me know, man, is this the easiest path to the NBA Finals in NBA history? And there ain't no bubble involved, y'all. Like I said, Miami, no Butler. Cleveland, no Donovan Mitchell in the final 2 games. And now no Tyrese Halliburton here. Like, what's going on? What's going on, man? So talk to me, guys. What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? Because, when you look at this Boston team, like, they're almost out there acting like they knew this is the easy path, right? And granted, they don't got Kristaps Porzingis. I get that. They don't got Porzingis. They're definitely going to bring that up. I understand that. But Porzingis is, their 4th best player? You know what I mean? These other teams were losing their best player. And I'm saying, man, in the Eastern Conference, because I want to be clear about this, because has there ever been, like, even when Miami had the super team, quote unquote super team out there, the path was not this easy. Even the Warriors had KD in the West, the path was not this easy. It wasn't. Like, if you could argue, like, if they did not have KD on that team, Houston might have got them one year and still took everything they had to get past Houston in one of those in that round. And if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, who knows if they do? But what I'm saying is, yeah, I think this is the easiest path to the NBA Finals in the Eastern Conference history. I can't remember an easier time. And if there is, please correct me. I will stand corrected. But I can't think of one. I cannot think of an easier path to the NBA Finals via the Eastern Conference. All the years Bron was in there that it was labeled the trash conference. It's been a trash conference for a while. Well, at least that's what people like to label it when LeBron was there, right? It was a trash conference when Bron was there. Now all of a sudden Bron's gone, then it's like the big bad East, right? And like Boston has to go through like, but like Boston has to go through like monsters to get to the finals or something, right? Nah, the East is trash day. People taking out their trash cans out there in the Eastern Conference. It's trash day. And on top of trash day, the best player in all these teams are out. All of them are out. All of them. Shout out to DJ. I see in here, man. I know you live on your channel right now. I heard the craziness over there. But shout out to DJ, man. I see you in here. Shout out to everyone. I'll get y'all right now. But I'm just saying, man, this is by far the easiest path to the NBA Finals in the Eastern Conference history, other than when Boston was playing 8 teams, you know, with carpenters and firemen. They hate that. They hate that. Take away our chips. Don't count our bubble, but count your chips in the Jim Crow era. Count them all. Just count them up. Count them up. Count them up. Man, yeah, man. There's not an easier path. And I see people talk about easier path. Guys, read the title. Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference. This is the easiest path to the NBA Finals in the Eastern Conference history of the Eastern Conference. It is. And if they win it, you know what? They win it. They win it off. They win the chip. They win it all. I ain't going to be like, oh, it doesn't count. It's a rec league champ. Oh, it's a broken year champ. No. If you win it, you win it. The history books are law. The history books are law. No matter what I say, no matter what any Laker fan says, doesn't matter what any New York Knicks fan says, doesn't matter what any Philadelphia 76er fan says. If the Boston Celtics, and they very well might, if the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship this year, there's nothing that can be said to illegitimize it. But you can still talk trash that it was easy, the path. Definitely. But you can't take away the fact that they won it. No doubt. But in the East, this might be the easiest path that I've ever seen, man. Ever seen. So it's I don't it's just ironic, man. The guys who spent all this time bashing ours, and look what they're going through now. Look at what they're going through now. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun summer, man. Y'all better not lose this. Y'all better not lose this, because, man, if you blow the easiest path to the finals in Eastern Conference history, which I don't see in a way that they will. I'll be clear about that. There's no way they blow this series. If they do, oh my God. Oh my God. There'll be tears in the chowder. But outside of that, like, this is definitely the easiest path to the finals out the East, man. I can't even pretend to think of a tougher route in NBA history coming out the East, yo. So I know I hear people in here saying, okay, I see the Warriors in here. I see what y'all saying, but I'm talking about in the East. Nah, man, there's just not. But shout out to everyone in the building tonight. Dante, I see you, brother. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. You got the notification today. That's what's up. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, yo, to you. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to his channel over there, man. He's got a channel over there, so pull up to him over there. Appreciate you. Celtics winning it all. They're definitely the favorites, man. Odds on money favorite right now. There's no doubt about that. They definitely got it. But like I said, They've been on the fast pass all playoffs. They got that fast pass, man. They got the fast pass in the NBA Finals. What's going on, Chris? Salute to you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. DJ, pull up. Jeff, ready now? I don't understand what we mean. DJ, Lakers in 5, DJ? He said F Boston, Court Kings. Let's see. One Peruvian guy. What's going on, sir? Shout out to DJ, man. Lakers in 5. Make sure to pull up his channel over there. Subscribe to his channel. He's live right now. So shout out to my guy. Great channel, great content over there, man. Doing big things over there. So shout out to him. Great channel over there. Make sure to give him a sub, man. He said, making excuses. Making excuses. Nah, he's okay, y'all talking to each other. Boston. Let's see. KD Warriors had easy routes. I mean, they definitely had easy rounds, but I'm telling you, man, that year Houston gave them everything that they can handle. Like I said, if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, who knows what happens, that year for sure. Let's see, people talking to each other. 2015 Warriors had an easy path to the finals. They still had to face LeBron in the finals, and then they got injured there. So they definitely had an easy path, but I'm talking about out of the East. Talk about out of the East, man. Let's see, I'm thinking about the 90s to 2000 Eastern right now, and I don't think there was an easier one, man. Hey, they're gonna blow it off, of course. If they do, the drinking party will commence immediately. I will get drunker than a fish. They cannot blow this series, man. They cannot blow this series. If they do, like I said, oh my God, that would be hectic. That would be hectic, man. But like I said, it's no even shade towards the Celtics. This is just speaking on, like, because their Celtic fans are so quick to take away or bash our championships, to bash our titles, to try to take everything away from us. The bubble, which they played in and celebrated like schoolgirls when they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then when they lost, all of a sudden it didn't matter, right? But no. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying they like it, when it's pointing in their direction, they typically don't like to acknowledge it, right? If they blow it, they're going to go into a rebuild or at least move one Tatum and Brown. I think if they don't win the championship this year, that's something they're going to have to consider, right? It's just, man. I like, how do you face Miami with no Jimmy? Final 2 games without Cleveland's best player and now Indy's best player, man. Like I said, it's a fast pass, man. It's the fast pass. So I will say they have yet to truly been tested. So we're going to see. I do believe that whoever comes out of the West can give them a run for their money. I really do. They don't have an answer for Luka and Kyrie. They wouldn't have an answer for Minnesota's size. So like they're going to have their problems come NBA Finals if they do indeed make it there. Having said that, like I said, not having being pressured, not having faced any real stiff competition in the East, you know what's going to happen when they're tested. They typically lose a game at home in every round of the playoffs. They typically do. It's just so that Indy blew their chance on game 1 to get that win right there. Incredible shot by Jaylen Brown, and then just horrible turnovers and nonsense there by Tyrese Halliburton down the stretch. But like I said, how lucky do you got to get, man, in every single round, man? Every single round. You're already in the JV conference, right? You're already in the JV conference. You already have the easier path, right? You don't even, and on top of that, you don't even have to face Milwaukee because Giannis and Dame were hurt. So you add that on top of it. Then the New York Knicks, who are a better team than Indy, lose their whole team to injury. So on top of the teams that you faced, on top of that, now even the ones you didn't have to face or potentially would have to face got hurt too. So at what point does it get to the point where it's like, man, you just got to justify that it is a fast pass, man. It's a fast pass. How did the bubble affect the next season for teams who went to the conference finals and beyond? It affected all of them. And the Lakers, the Heat, the Celtics, and the Denver Nuggets all were pretty much done. They had major injuries the next year. Like they none of them made the conference finals next year. That's why I call that the bubble tax. So the people that say like it wasn't hard, it wasn't difficult, then why that no team that made it to the conference finals made it back the following year? They were all just burnt out when you had to start the season. Basically, like they ended at the end of October and they started the season on Christmas Day. So it was like damn near less than 2 months later, the season started again. So it's no wonder that the teams that went the furthest in the bubble completely fell apart the next season because the team's players just couldn't hold up. It was too short of a turnaround. Way too short of a turnaround. Way too short of a turnaround. Let's see. How did the Bucks make it back? They got bounced in the second round. Yeah, they went out in the that's the year that they let me see, they lost to Miami, and then they lost. And let me think back. Who did they lose to that year? No. I'm tripping. The Bucks won the championship in 2021. They went out in the second round. No, yeah, they went out in the second round. Miami, if my memory serves me right, Miami took out Indiana in round 1. They took out Milwaukee in round 2 and Boston in round 3. My memory serves me right in 2020. And then the Bucks won it all in 2021. But every team that was made it to the Final Four in the bubble did not make it past the second round in 2021 because of the bubble tax, really. It's rigged, man. The basketball gods like them or something. I don't know, Jeff. I'm laughing just listening and thinking about it. Like, how we so like, I'm telling you, it's a fast pass, y'all. It's a fast pass. Like, I mean, you got to play what's in front of you. Like, I can't, you can't take that away. You got to play the schedule. I understand. This I completely understand. Like, I get that. I get that. But when we did that, they find a reason to try to discredit it, right? So, like I said, I understand that you got to play what's in front of you. I understand. Totally understand. But what I'm saying is this. You can't talk like you went out there and earned it. like you're battle tested and just like fought tooth and nail to get this, man. You out there in the fast lane, you in that HOV lane, you in that cruise control autopilot, like out there just facing just run down, beat down teams, man. It just is what it is. So I just wanted to hop on and talk about that for a bit with y'all, man. Like I said, because they're so quick to point it out with us. If they do win it all, there's nothing I can say to take it away, obviously, nor will I try to take it away. But what I'm saying is you can't argue that the path, this is one of the easiest paths we've seen in a while. And you can't really talk to a team that comes out the West, man. You really can't talk to a team that comes out the West, man, because every round that you face is just hell. That's a true that's a true test. You make it out the West, man, you went through it. You definitely went through it. Like, dudes coming out the East, and it's like some dudes don't even gotta like wear the same jersey for like 3 games. Like, don't even gotta like get sweaty out there. Like, it's like no work being done out there. It's nuts. Said Lucky Leprechaun spreading his charm. Yeah, man. It's hey, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. But, according to them, we don't have 17 championships. The bubble doesn't count. Yada, 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 yada. But when luck frowns upon them, then it's different here. We built different here. How you built different? Because you got a fast pass? Come on, man. How you rank the 2020 Lakers run? They call that easy. Man, that was such a difficult run, man. That's what's the most disrespectful part of it. Like, that's the most disrespectful part. Whoever won that deserved the credit. Like I said, man, you had teams. What's funny was I was saying during the break that this is the Lakers when they come back. It's theirs. They're going to take on. Everyone's like, nah, everyone's at the same time off. No, they don't have an advantage. They don't have this. They don't have that. People were saying that. They were saying it. And they were saying the Clippers and all this other stuff, right? But as soon as that all got deemed incorrect, then all of a sudden the bubble became easy. When the Clippers were up 3-1, it was all mad. The Clippers were winning it all. Oh, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. When the Celtics were getting to the Eastern Conference Finals out there, it's, oh, man, the Celtics are coming. You ain't ready. But the second that those two teams and their fan bases fell apart and fell off, what happened? The bubble became easy all of a sudden. So all of us are like, their championships are all real. Ours isn't. Right? That's been the narrative. They clown the Lakers ring, yet they don't call the 2021 Bucks ring a hospital ring. They had an easy. That's what I'm saying. Every year, that's my point here. This is all basically just having some fun. Every year, you have to have some luck on top of the scale. You have to have some luck. Either you don't face a team that maybe it's a bad matchup against you, or the teams you face are injured. You don't face any major injuries. In a bad matchup series. Like, every team has that luck. Even in the Lakers in 2020. Like, even though that was a tough one, they still face some lucky situations at times, right? So what I'm saying is you can't take that away. Every single team that's ever won a championship pretty much gets some luck along the way. That's a fact. So that's no different. What I'm saying is that this time, like, this is like just the luckiest you could ever be. Like, this is crazy. Like I said, I've never seen luck affect a run this easy in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Like, this has been crazy. This is totally easy. But again, you have to play who's in front of you. I'm not punishing them. This is more or less just having some fun. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you play what's in front of you. You can't control everything else. You play what's in front of you. Now, you did get to a top seed in home court because your conference is trash. But again, you have to play what's in front of you. And they still got to complete it. They still got to finish the job for sure, man. They got to finish it. The East is Rikers Island, and the West is San Quentin. Facts, man. Ken Carter says, even the Lakers in 91 also had the injuries. They forgot the 89 Pistons swept Magic-less Lakers. Nobody talks about that. Yeah, every year, I'm telling you, every champion and every team on a way to a chip deals with some luck. That's just a fact. That just is what it is. It happens one way or another. Could be luck during the season, too. That got you a higher seed because maybe one of your top rivals had a key injury and finished less than you, and you ended up with home court advantage. Like, there's always some luck involved there. Always, every single year, there always is. So we can't act like Boston's the only team that's getting luck here. That's definitely not the case, man. Let's see, Rel, what's going on, brother? Rel from We Talks Mavs, man. I appreciate you. You said I was told. Shout out to you guys, man. I know you're excited for Gabe too. Make sure to go over to We Talk Mavs and give them a sub over there, man, and catch up all their work covering the Dallas Mavericks on their quest to potentially an NBA championship this year, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Curious to see what you think, man. You think this is the easiest path to the NBA Finals at the Eastern Conference that you have ever seen? I'm calling this the fast pass, man. This is a fast pass. Like, the Boston Celtics just have this, like, this is like room service, man. They don't even got to leave the room. Man. Let me get this, let me get that. It's room service and it's comped. You know what I'm saying? It's room service and it's comped. That's how easy this path is to the finals for them, man. It really is. But again, you got to play who's in front of you. That's a fact. That's a fact. Jazz J, what's going on, sir? Celtics remind you the 2023 Eagles cakewalked their way to losing in the Super Bowl. Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, like I said, I had them getting to the finals in this series regardless. However, I will tell you that it while they're the betting favorites to win the championship, either team coming out the West is going to give them some problems. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I never get why they say Giannis is better than KD. That's ludicrous. Well, I mean, it got to a point where, like, when the league kind of was like shifting a little bit, I would say, like, better two-way player, better maybe overall, better scorer, no. But as far as his impact on winning right now, KD is the best player on his team, as Chuck calls to say, the bus driver. Like, Giannis has been a better bus driver on the team. Like, he was the undoubtedly best player on a championship team that he, like, got it out the mud with. You know what I mean? Built it straight up on some non-mercenary stuff. So, like I said, KD is an incredible scorer. We all know this. I don't personally feel that KD ever was the best player in the NBA at any given point of his career. I've never felt that way. I've never felt that KD or Kawhi were ever the best player in the NBA at any given point in their career. Now, they've had moments where they were playing like the best player in the NBA. They've had moments where they were just in such a rhythm and a groove, like they're playing like the best player in the NBA. But they've never been the hands down best player in the NBA at any point of their career, like, for a season. They never had. Like, they've won. When Kawhi won the championship in 2019, he had an incredible run. He was incredible, finals MVP, but he was not the best player in the league. He wasn't. He was not the best player in the league. He's never been. KD has never been the best player in the league. Never. That's just my personal opinion. If you guys disagree, that's cool. Ralph says, yes, it is. Yes, I think it's by far the easiest path to the Eastern Conference Finals. Boston Celtics, YMCA Eastern Conference champions. I'm saying, man. I'm saying they want to get on our bubble, man. They want to get on our bubble chip. They want to act like our Minnesota championships don't count, like the franchise, the value, and all that. So let me ask y'all something, man. If you go and you purchase any property pretty much in the world, you don't own what's in it. It doesn't come with it. Like, it doesn't even make no sense, man. It don't even make no sense. Teams left their city, but the franchise, the brand itself, has 17 chips. They are real championships. The NBA recognizes them as real championships. The record books recognizes them as real championships, just like they recognize your championships in the 60s versus the 7 other teams playing longshoremen, firemen, carpenters, taxi drivers, and accountants. They can count those. They can definitely count ours. And let's not forget. Even so, let's keep this up here. The last 50 years. Look at that. Look at this, man. Look at that skyline there. Look at that purple skyline there. Just look at it. You guys heard me say this before. This is 50 years. Your mommies, your daddies, your grandmas, your granddaddies, they've all watched us win, and so have you. So you can talk all this stuff from the 60s. That's all well and good. But in our lifespan that we've been alive, that we can talk trash back and forth to, just take a look at this. Just take a look at this. I mean, it's evident, right? This is 50 years. So y'all can say what you want about y'all can say what you want about the bubble. Y'all can say what you want about the Minnesota joints. You can say whatever you want. It don't change this graphic one bit. It does not change this graphic one bit, and it never, ever will. Again, your mommies, your daddies, your grandma, your granddaddies all have watched us win. They all have. Now sprinkle that into your chowder. Sprinkle that into your chowder. Go ahead. They've all watched this win. So that's cool. Even let's remove Minnesota from the equation. Let's remove. This is 50 years. 50 years. There's no comeback for that. There's no comeback for that. Y'all can't see us. Y'all can't see us. I know Celtics fans that are like 40 years old that have seen one chip in their life. One chip. One chip. Ronald Reagan was president. They have one championship outside of when Ronald Reagan was president. That is wild. That's wild, y'all. That is wild. Rel says, folks who complain about the bubble championship wouldn't complain if their team won. Facts. And the funny thing was, it's the same people who were bigging up their teams while they were winning in the bubble until they choked in the bubble. Until the bubble hit them with a one time for the Clippers, y'all. One time for the Clippers, y'all. What they say? Yeah, that's funny, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. They want to talk it, though. They want to talk it. They want to talk it, man. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you haven't done so already. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Where we at? Where we at? Let me see here. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Drop a like on the video. Ron, help me out, man.
Acknowledge me, please.
Come on, y'all, man. I'm over here putting in this work. I'm holding it down over here, man. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Like I said, about 30% of the people who tune in on a nightly basis have yet to subscribe to the channel. So make sure to drop a like on the video, sub up to the channel, man. Shout out to everyone over on Twitter watching live. Drop a like on the post. Retweet it as well. Repost it. Appreciate all y'all tuning in, man. You can also become a member over here on the channel. 3 different levels of membership here. For less than the cost of lunch, you can become a member for an entire month. 3 different levels there. Members only video, vlogs, giveaways. But like I said, at the very least, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. You will be greatly, greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, man, I can't remember an easier path to the NBA Finals out of the Eastern Conference that other than this year that the Boston Celtics are doing right now. I can't. Talk to him, Rel. Talk to him. KD, what's good, my guy? What's good, KD? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, brother. I remember Dime Dropper saying he was heartbroken hearing the Orlando bubble news because he knew regardless the team would get hate even if they won. They say only Clip ring was in a bubble. Yeah, and here's the thing, and I'm dead serious about this. I'm dead serious about this, and I said this during it because I had debates during the bubble on Twitter, and just overall debate saying like this is going to be one of the toughest ones. I don't care who wins it. They're going to deserve respect. I said it before the Lakers won. Now, granted, I felt strongly that the Lakers were going to win it. But having said that, I wholeheartedly agree. Just like I will say this one, just like I will say, even though I'm saying this is probably, without a doubt, the easiest path to the NBA Finals in Eastern Conference history, it will not take away from the fact if the Boston Celtics win the championship. I'm not going to be like those fan bases and act like my opinion overshadows NBA law. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to act like I can override what's in the record books. Our opinions don't matter. It's nada. Nada. They can sit here and say that they have real championships and we can't count Minnesota, but the NBA law does. The rule book does. So it doesn't matter. We could say that their chip this is a trash chip. It doesn't matter if they win it because it's in the record books. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So if they win it, they win it. Respect to them. But like I said, you talk all that trash about trying to illegitimize other teams' accomplishments. Well, look at your paths. Look at your paths. Lakers winning the IST chip and Celtics winning the chip this year. I hope to God, it would be crazy. Yeah, they couldn't even make that. They couldn't even make it to that. Come on, yo. James Caldwell, what's going on, sir? What's up, Lakers family? Got our boy Empire Jeff preaching. Appreciate you, man. We got preaching here on a Thursday. Greg, what's up, my guy? What's good, Jeff? Sad though that these fake green people are looking like they will be in the NBA Finals. Hey, they get there. You got to get in the props, man. Any team that gets there, they get the props, point blank, period. But it doesn't mean we can't have some fun along the way. I said, tell them, Jeff, according to the graphics, Celtics fans and their moms know what it is. They do. I'm telling you, their mommies, their daddies, their grandmas, their granddaddies, they all know what it is. They've all watched us win. So no matter what you say about any stretch of our history, this graphic is all you need to see over the last 50 years, man. 50 years. A ring is a ring. Winning is hard as it is. Facts. And again, if Boston wins it this year, I'll say the same thing. The exact same thing. Brandon, what's going on, man? They said it was easy in 2020 because of one man is 24 would have done it. Not one thing would be said, Jeff. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it was the thing. It was the Lakers. It was Braun. It was all that. So you got these fan bases. Celtic fan bases hate Braun. The Clipper fan base isn't really Clipper fans. They're just Braun and Laker haters, seeking refuge in Clipper colors, hiding behind their dynasty, quote unquote, dynasty slayer in Kawhi. But how's that worked out for them? You heard Dime Dropper ishing on Kawhi saying he's the worst superstar of all time. Yeah, and I never had Kawhi as a superstar. I never did. Like I'm telling you, to me, people be calling people superstars they need to change. They need a new bracket, man. Like I created the term and some people started picking up on it later, but megastar. Like Kawhi Leonard and these guys are not on the same level as a LeBron James. Like they're not on that same level. So if you're going to put them in the same category as LeBron, then LeBron needs another category. Michael Jordan needs another category. Like those guys need other categories. Magic Johnson needs another category. Like Kobe Bryant needs another category. These guys are not them. They're not them. They don't sit at the same table as them. They don't. They don't. So it's they're just not. Now, in today's game, that's why I said they have to create like a new group. Because dudes trying to put Melo and Wade in the same group as a LeBron James and Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Come on. That's crazy. You want to talk about watering down something. Yeah, so like me, it's like you got a superstar, you got a sort of star, you got an all-star. Like I'm saying, these tiers, but superstars, like, I don't know, man. Like I'm telling you, like the likes of LeBron James and those guys, the names that I mentioned, that's just a different level. It's a different level. Kawhi's never been on Bron's level. He hasn't. Never has been. On Jordan's level, he never has been. Kobe's level, never has been. So I get it. That's fine. Like I said, I'm just saying, like, I think it's like when you really think about a superstar, a face of the league. Kawhi was never a face of a league or in the running to be the face of a league. Like a superstar isn't just on the court, y'all. That's what you guys got to understand. A superstar is not just on the court. It's box office everywhere. It's a superstar. The star is what you do on the court. The super is the global aspect of it. the box office aspect of it. Kawhi is not that. Never has been. I will say this about the PG trade. Hindsight's 2020. If you knew you could get Kawhi PG in 2020, I'm sure you would have done whatever to do it, but those picks were ludicrous. I get why they did it. I totally get why they did it, but I also get why it blew up in their face, and I'm happy about it. But I get why they did it. I'm not going to act like I don't. If someone walks to you and says you have a chance to get Kawhi and PG, they didn't just make those trades to get Paul George. They made those trades to get Paul George and Kawhi. I understand why they did it, and they should have done it. For they were about to lose out on Kawhi to the Lakers. They had to do it. They had to. And I understand why they did it. But like I said, they weren't just trading for Paul George. Let's see. Was it Uriti? What's going on? Whoever sees this comment, just know Jesus is calling you to him. Okay. Gotcha. Well, bless you. God bless you as well. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. That 2019 offseason was annoying. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. It was definitely crazy. But it was one of the epic ones, man. It was an epic one. Kawhi is sponsored by New Balance. Enough said. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all got to really think about what I'm saying when it comes to this superstar stuff. You got to really think about it. You do. Because I promise you, I'm telling you, this is the truth, man. The star is what they do on the court. The superstar aspect of it, when you really truly think about it, is different. And Kawhi and these guys were never Bron. So if you're going to put them in the same category, then it's almost like Bron needs his own category, man. Yeah, he did do that too. He put himself in there. Like, he gave them an ultimatum. He knew what he was doing, though. He knew what he was doing. And at the time, like Shea's incredible. He's incredible now, but this was in 2019. This was 5 years ago. Kawhi already coming out of San Antonio. He already had injury scares. He knew the writing was on the wall. He knew at some point the injuries were going to rear its ugly head. Like, he knew that. He knew his body, right? He knew. So this is why he couldn't wait 2 or 3 years for SGA to come into his own. He wanted to compete for a championship in year one, and they did. Like I said, they had a 3-1 lead. They were on their way cruising to the Western Conference Finals in a year where, that would have been a slugfest against the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Who knows what happens there? But at the end of the day, he didn't want to wait a year or 2 or 3 for Shea to get it together. He didn't want to wait. So I understand that. I actually get where he was coming from there. But the Clippers at this point, like I said, they have to look back at him like, man, I don't even think they would do things differently, to be honest with you. I don't think they do things differently. There's no way they could have let Kawhi go to the Lakers. There's no way they could have let that happen. So even in their heart of hearts, I think if you ask them would they do it again, I think they unequivocally say yes, without a doubt. I think they say yes. And to be honest, I think that's the right answer. I think it's the right answer. But what I'm saying is they had no choice. They definitely had no choice. Man, 2021 offseason was fun. Yeah. And then in the season, yeah. No, it was so you had the 2021 offseason. Yeah, the 2021 offseason was not, that was the Westbrook one, man. The 2020 offseason was the one, we lose to White, we get Trez Harrell, we get Marcus Saul. Like, you get this team, and that team was playing very, very well defensively. They were almost better defensively 2021 than they were in 2020. But just like I said, the bubble tags and the injuries, that team just fell apart. Absolutely fell apart. Do you think if Kawhi would have been healthy had he stayed in Toronto? My homie said if you have OG and Siakam, there's less strain on your knees for defense. Well, yeah, but Toronto also load managed him a lot too, as well. And the thing is, Kawhi was never the same defender once he got to the Clippers that he was on the Spurs and Toronto. Once he became locked in on the offensive side, he's declined defensively every single year. So on top of that, I think it's just Kawhi wearing down, man. I just think the way he plays, Kawhi has a very stiff posture. You know what I mean? He's very well balanced, but he doesn't really flow out there, right? Paul George is very smooth. He looks like he's gliding on the court. Kawhi, like Jaylen Brown, those types, they're kind of stiff, right? When they move. So in doing so, the kind of the torque and the stress on those knees down in those situations kind of we're pretty much always going to happen. I feel with Kawhi. Sometimes it's just your body just isn't built for it for the whole stretch, and Kawhi's just seemingly wasn't. The 2019 offseason will always go down as the greatest moment in Clipper history, and then they started playing in the playoffs. Yeah, man. Like I said, it definitely went sideways for him. And like I said, it's funny because the team fell apart physically after 2020, but they fell apart mentally in 2020, and that's the funniest part. That is the absolute funniest part. So it is it's very interesting. It's very interesting, man. 1 second here. I got to reply to my good friend Deadeye over here. What's up, Deadeye? Let's see. Appreciate the retweet, though, my brother. Well, appreciate the retweet. 1 second here. All right. 1 second here. What just happened here? Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. I got my Boston people chiming in, so that's the fun part. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me get back to reality here. But it's facts. We know it's facts. So, like I said, they try to discredit us, and that's cool. So I'm definitely gonna have a little fun with it. But at the end of the day, you got to show respect, man. Whoever wins the chip wins the chip. That's just it. I don't. If they win this chip, and like I said, they're the favorite right now, right? If they win this chip, then I got nothing to say. Because I can't take away the fact they won a chip. But like I said, they want to keep trying to take away what we've done. Like, then it's like you just open the door for conversation, man. Because come on, y'all got the fast pass this season, y'all. Y'all do. But sometimes it be that way. Like I said, it be that way sometimes. You show me a team that's won a chip, and I'll show you something that benefited them along the way, just the way it happens. But at the end of the day, to make it seem like all of our chips don't count, like, we don't have 17 chips. Well, they never said all of them, but like trying to take the Minnesota ones away, trying to act like 2020 wasn't easy. I mean, wasn't difficult. That's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. LeBron had the easiest run to the finals in the East in Cleveland. That's what I was saying. I brought that up. I said a lot of people were saying that all of a sudden, but as soon as Braun leaves the East, all of a sudden it ain't easy no more. That's my point. Like I said, Braun had it. Braun had it like fairly easy, like on the run to the East, right? But what I'm saying is, but did he was that Indiana team was stacked, yo? That Indiana team was stacked that he faced in Miami. But in Cleveland, I'm trying to think if there was ever anyone along the way, and like Boston had Kyrie not got hurt in 2018. They did go to a game 7 on the road. There was no Kyrie. Kevin Love didn't play in that game, and they still closed it out on the road. But yeah, no, that's fair. But I think this year is just like every team's best player is out. You know what I mean? I think it's hard to like debate that portion of it. I think it is. But oh my bad, JSJ. My bad. All we need is a point guard to go to the Sixers to make it more competitive. I mean, but Joel's always hurt, man. I don't trust Joel to ever stay hurt. Vegas Dev, what's going on, my guy? I thought Clippers giving him a max extension was crazy, but I guess they didn't feel like they have a choice with this new stadium coming. Yeah, it feels like they didn't have a choice, right? It feels like they just were going to commit to him all along. I don't know why they gave him that contract. Now they didn't give him a max extension. He didn't get a max. He didn't get a max. He took less than a max, and they tried to offer Paul George less than a max, and that's why he hasn't signed yet. But that extension was a little puzzling. Especially, I would have waited till the end of the season, because he got hurt, right? Anyways, and if he opts out, maybe someone throws some money at him, but the Clippers will be able to top it. I wouldn't have given him that extension at that point. I felt that was crazy. Yeah. Lou Will went from gassing the team, to saying, nah, we didn't even want to be there. Yeah, exactly. Price is going up. Remember when he was throwing those earrings in Vegas, man? Pat Bev jumping on tables in Vegas, screaming, I just won a championship, running and knocking on LeBron's door at his hotel. Come on, man. They were talking all crazy in the bubble. Then amazing. They get up 3-1, and then it just fell apart. So nah. This is more about what them trying to discredit us. OG was backing up Kawhi. One of the reasons why they was healthy in that 2019 run. Plus Kawhi had all that time off. Remember, he had missed that the year before in San Antonio. came back in, and and then between OG and then the load management, he was a little bit more rested for sure. If Boston wins, I'm trashing and discrediting it just like they did to us. I'm petty like that. I mean, I'll have fun with it. I'll have fun with my friends that are Boston Celtic fans, right? Obviously, it's all just in good like gamesmanship or whatnot. But at the end of the day, I can't discredit a chip. I can't discredit a chip, man. Chips are hard regardless. Even if you got an easy path, staying healthy the whole season, getting through a season without one of your top 2 players going down for the year or missing playoffs, stuff like that. Like, it's hard. So at the end of the day, I'll have my fun, but I'm not going to discredit a chip. Like I've never discredited a chip. And I'm not going to do that. But at the end of the day, I'll have my fun. I'll talk my ish for sure. 2015 Bulls were underrated, fairly balanced. Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. I remember that, man. That was 9 years ago. I can't believe that. Braun faced at least 1-2 real good teams, even with the Cavs. Yeah. I do feel this is the easiest run to the Eastern Conference, representing the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals that I can remember. I really do believe that. Oh, Paul George. I think that's a chance. I think Paul George has a chance to go to the Sixers for real. Getting Simmons over Jimmy is crazy. That's something that will hurt them for life. Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. But I'm telling you, man, this is not like, it's just like, I tell you, they always like to take away from ours, man. Hold on a second. One second. One second. These guys, here they come now. So, but like I said, it's all in good fun. That's what sports is, man. That's what sports is, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I've told you guys before, I don't even wholeheartedly hate the Boston Celtics, man. I hate losing to them, and I love beating them. But outside of that, like I said, I respect every team. Like I said, if they win it this year, man, it'll suck because we won't like. But at the end of the day, like I give credit where credit is due. Whoever is the champ, I pay my respects. So that's why even though Denver, I know, Laker fans are not supposed to give them any type of anything, but I respect the champion. Whoever the champion is, I respect it, and we can have some fun talking trash. But at the end of the day, I don't discredit legitimate championships. I don't. And to me, there's never been like even like people are saying like you got to remember like even the Lakers and Phil Jackson tried to discredit the '99 Spurs championship and call it an asterisk. I never did that. They played under the same situation that we did, right? So if we would have won it, wouldn't have wanted to be labeled an asterisk. So I didn't label the Spurs in '99 in the lockout year an asterisk. I didn't do that. And if the Celtics do win it this year, even though they've had the fast pass on the way to the NBA Finals, I'm still not going to discredit the chip. Like I'm not going to do that. Definitely not going to do that. Out of the main guys, Braun played with Wade, Kyrie, AD. How would you rate them worst to best? They're all very, very good. AD's the best two-way of the guys. Wade won a championship as the top guy. So maybe you got to give him one. Kyrie and AD both won a chip with Braun. I'm probably gonna go AD, and I'm probably gonna go Wade, AD, and then Kyrie. It's probably where I put it, man. Yeah. yeah. Basically, with that Dame trade, the Bucks. Yeah, you're right. The Bucks basically just delivered to him. Like I said, like I'm not gonna punish the Celtics for being smart. I'm not gonna blame them for being smart. I'm not. So like sitting back, getting that Kristaps Porzingis trade, recognizing you had to do some things and break that up. They did that. That's not easy to do. Moving on from Marcus Smart, they did that. Got Porzingis. Then they go and they take advantage of that Milwaukee deal with Portland, and then make the move to get Holiday. I mean, I can't fault him for being smart. You know what I mean? I mean, Brad Stevens knows what he's doing over there. He's an excellent executive. He was a good head coach. He wasn't great come playoff time, but he was a good head coach. He's turned into a top tier legitimate executive. So, with that being said, like I said, I'm not going to punish them for being smart. But like I said, that Eastern Conference is just so trash, man. I've never seen a chip that I would discredit, so I don't know. Maybe if you come out and find out that like there was like some severe cheating going on, or like I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't discredit a single NBA championship. I wouldn't discredit it. But when you open the door for conversation of talking about how you want to discredit ours, then it's like, okay, then you just open the door for the conversation. That's why I said we could definitely have a debate about it. But anything that's in the NBA record book, like, we don't have the right to discredit. We don't. Nor do they. It's foolish. We're just regular civilians here in these streets acting like we can overrun the NBA record books. None of us can. So it doesn't really matter. I say Kyrie is the best fit next to AD. I'm going one way, 2 Kyrie, 3 AD. With Kyrie, they made it to the finals every year. AD was disappointing after 2020 and 2022. Excuse me, he didn't look like AD. No, I got you. But then you got to take a look at well, you also got to look at the years that he played with them, right? Like Kyrie bailed after that, right? And then, you got to rule that too. If he would have stayed, they probably would have won more. The fact that he left, it almost lessens it for me with him. So I still have Wade, AD, and then Kyrie. That's just where I have it because AD's defense. You saw all them pro days at the Lakers practice facility. Wouldn't be surprised if they keep the pick and draft a young draft a plug and play player. I'd actually be surprised right now if they kept the pick. He said, I'm ignorant. I don't care. The Celtics beef is before I was born or 20 years after I'm dead. What's spinning on them for Dr. Bus we ride. Nah, I hear you. They're saying, except 2020 Mickey Mouse chip, that was a gift for the Lakers. I don't understand how it was a gift when, I mean, that just basically means that your favorite team like was trash because they didn't win it. If it was that easy, then why didn't the other teams win it? Like, I just don't understand that argument. They all had the same break. The Lakers were the best team in the league going into the bubble, going into the break. People forget what they just did in back-to-back games to the Bucks and the Clippers right before the shutdown. They were 28-0 when having the lead in the fourth quarter that season. They were the best team in the league that season. There was no one stopping that team regardless. Bron and Kyrie probably fit the best. Kyrie is everything Bron needs when it came to closing games. AD doesn't have that closing game, in my opinion. I don't know. They both hit a shot to win a game in the NBA Finals. So I don't know. They both hit one shot. One was a game 7. I go, that was huge. But that shot that AD hit in game 2 of the Western Conference Finals was huge. That was huge. Like I said, I think Kyrie, like people talking about AD going backwards. I mean, in 2015, Kyrie's injury. Let's not forget that, right? 2016, they win the chip. 2017, Kyrie was hooping too, and then he won it out. But I think what Kyrie did kind of to blow it up kind of discredits it a little bit too. I mean, he was a decent shooter. I don't know if I'd ever say good, but he was pretty decent. A lot of East teams are a couple pieces away from contending. Magic missing scoring, Cavs missing wings, Pacers need a 2-way player. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. The only team that was complete was the Lakers, bro. Complete? What do you mean complete? I know one of their best defenders, Avery Bradley, didn't go to the bubble. I know he had that. Rondo didn't play till halfway through the playoffs. People forget he was hurt. So, like, I don't know. They basically didn't even play Dwight and McGee in the first 2 rounds. I mean, every excuse someone tries to throw about the Lakers in the bubble, like the Clippers were complete, except for when Lou Will went to the strip club. They were. I mean, The Clippers, the Lakers were the best team in the league in 2019, 2020, point blank period. Not gonna lie, I missed the bubble. The players were eating cafeteria food. Yeah, that was crazy times, man. I really don't like the Celtics, but like you're saying, Jeff, you respect our chips, we'll respect yours. If you, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I respect their chips, but them always trying to discredit ours is kind of stupid. Like when you think about it, it is. It is. But like I said, I get it a lot. So, like, I got Celtic fans that I look like brothers. They're like great friends of mine, right? But I feel bad for them. They've seen one chip in their life. They've seen one championship in their life. They're a little sensitive, They're a little sensitive to it. Their football team is known for cheating. Their baseball team is known for cheating. Went like 100 years without one. They got some misery. Now they've won of the last, their football team has won. And then once the Red Sox figured it out, they won. But I get it. I get it. Like they were the doormat of the sports world for so long. if not for the Patriots for a while, like they were just done. Let's see. Vando, I don't trust all the way, bro. His injury history is crazy, and even his offense is growing. It's not enough. Yeah, I mean, again, if you watched Vando's probably like last 10 games before he got hurt, he was turning a corner, man. He was looking great. He was looking like a real impact out there, especially in that Boston game. He was just shutting them down, tearing them up, and he got hurt in that game. That's what really, really sucks, man. He said the Celtics Department of Cannabis RX. What's going on, man? Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. If you guys are new to the channel, man, everyone is welcome here, no matter what team you're a fan of. We appreciate you tuning in. Drop a like on the video, man. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We would greatly appreciate you. Like I said, we cover the NBA, the Lakers, the MLB, the Dodgers. And like I said, where we're talking about is this the easiest path. It doesn't change the fact that if the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship, it doesn't mean it's not, they don't get credit for it. I'm just saying this. I'm just asking a question. Is this the easiest path to the chip that we've ever seen, man? Chowder heads. Tears in the chowder. Tears in the chowder. Lakers need to hit on the cheap contracts this summer. Also need to gamble on another player like a James Wiseman. I think they may look to gamble on someone, but depending on what's available. What's funny is the team going to trade pieces that were healthy, yet keep getting Vando, Gabe, two guys who missed the season for most part of last year. Yeah, that could happen. I don't really just I'm sitting here giving Brad Stevens all that credit for the front office. Like, it's to a point where we just don't know if we can trust this front office, right? We don't know if we can trust them. We don't. So, like, at the end of the day, like, no matter what they do, it's going to make it tough, man. It's going to make it tough. So no matter what like they do, because here's the thing, I felt pretty comfortable about the moves this last summer. So, like, I got no problem admitting that. And realistically, I still don't hate the moves they did. The problem was it just they could not stay healthy. And that's why I'm kind of on the lines of saying, like, we're going to sit up here and we could talk about all we want about having the depth, but the depth just continues to backfire on us because our depth is never healthy. So at the end of the day, it's like maybe having that third killer will help us get through it, man. I don't know. I always prefer the depth. Give me a good 9 guy rotation on the court. I mean, on the roster that you can trust and depend on. I typically like that a lot more. But the problem is, man, we're going like 6-7 deep max because of injuries, and 2 of them disappeared because the lights are too bright. So the depth has been failing us, y'all. It really has. And that's kind of my point. Like, at what point does it get to a point where it's like, okay, we want the depth, but the depth is just continuing to let us down, man. Speaking of letting us down, man, Ron, talk to him again.
Acknowledge me, please.
Come on, y'all. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We greatly appreciate it. I see like 50 people rocking with us over on Twitter right now. I appreciate y'all. Make sure to drop a like on the post, retweet the post. We greatly appreciate it. Like I said, we just talking here, asking a question here. By no means am I hating on the Celtics team. I'm just having a little fun here. What I'm saying is, like, I just got a legitimate question. Do you feel that this is the easiest path to the NBA Finals in Eastern Conference history? That's just a question I'm having. I don't think that's me hating on them. I'm just asking the question. I think it is. I think it is. Doesn't mean that the West is a cakewalk once they get there. Doesn't mean that. Because I think whether it's Minnesota or Dallas, I feel that Boston may struggle a little against those teams. So again, the chip wouldn't be a fluke. No chip to me is a fluke, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that I'm saying that the path to the NBA Finals has been weak for them, and it has, that does not mean that the NBA Finals themselves are going to be weak. You guys get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if the Boston Celtics do go all the way to win it all, then they deserve the respect of an NBA champion, as would the Dallas Mavericks, as would the Minnesota Timberwolves, and as would the Indiana Pacers, as unlikely as that seems. But they would deserve credit as the champions. I don't discredit champions. But like I said, when you got people constantly trying to discredit ours, that's where it gets annoying. Like, I understand y'all got one chip since 86. I can't fathom what that's like. As an NBA fan, as a Dodger fan, I sure can, because we got one since 88, and it sucks to have one since 88. So believe me, I know. So I understand that you guys feel some type of way, that you feel tight about that you've seen one chip in your life. I understand what that must feel like. I understand. Granted, I understand. Y'all got your rings with the Patriots and the Sox and the Bruins. Not bashing your city overall. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to Celtics Lakers, and let me one more time. Let me just one more time for the people in the back are coming in late. Like I said, when it comes to the Celtics and Lakers over the last 50 years, you just can't top it. You can't sit at the table with us over the last 50 years. You can't. And that's just fact. That's just fact. Point blank, period. Depth gets hurt on other teams too, but the young players surprise everyone and become good rotational players. Yeah, and that's one thing we haven't done a very good job of. Like, Max Christie should have been much more developed this year. Even Max Lewis should have got some time. Not, you should have got, more garbage time minutes. Every once in a while, get out there. Just start building your team towards a future with these guys. I think that's important. Denver had the best chance. I do not want a Boston win, but like you said, if they win, they win, and it's well deserved. I'm with you on that. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Boston, even if it's the Clippers. Ugh, God, that would. Ugh. But at the end of the day, a champion's a champion. I will always respect the champion. Like I said, it wasn't a popular take to show respect to the Denver Nuggets in this city, but they were the champions. They were, and doesn't mean you have to like them. I definitely wasn't rooting for them, but I respect the champion. Someone who made it to the mountaintop, someone who did it, who completed the journey. I show respect to that. Yeah, you want to shut them up, you got to beat them. You don't like them talking trash. You don't like the back and forth. You got to beat them. That's why I was kind of joking around, having a good time. Of everyone when Minnesota beat them, everyone was acting like that was going to resurrect our Lakers. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I'm like, what are y'all doing? They don't bring us back. We lost to them again. Now, they're not going to win a championship. And it was that Mike Malone press conference gets more entertaining each time I watch it. But it doesn't change the outcome of our season. We lost to them again. So they still have bragging rights over us. Nothing about that loss to the Wolves changed that. That's why I wasn't celebrating it. I wasn't out there doing that, man. I wasn't doing it. That's me. Again, that's me. I was just having fun with my chat that night, kind of making fun of them a little bit. But outside of that, everyone is free to do whatever the heck they want to do. I am not the maker of rules to NBA fandom. I am not. I'm just saying, I'm just explaining, my stance on it. That's all. But having said that, if the Boston Celtics win a championship, then they win a championship. Them losing doesn't bring our season back. It keeps us tied. That's cool, I guess. See, I kind of like it when they're either ahead of us or behind us. We've never like I'd rather be one up on them or them one up on us, like tied. I'm I don't want to share it with them. I want to chase it. I want to have it. I don't want to be roommates with them. You know what I mean? With that, maybe I'm weird like that. What do you guys think? I don't want to be tied. So if they're one up, then let us get the next two. You know what I mean? I don't want to share that with them. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. Let's see. LeGoat, what's going on, man? He said, it's strange because MJ faced a Jazz team that scored 57 points in the finals. Easy is all relative. No, you're right. Different time, different era. But like I said, I just can't. Can you remember, LeGoat, a time where an Eastern Conference team had an easier path to the NBA Finals? Can you? That's my question, really. For example, JHS got got minutes. Look overwhelmed, which is fine as a rookie, but wish they gave people like Castleton and Maxwell Lewis minutes to see if they can provide something. It's a long season. Yeah, because that's a good point, because JHS, while being the higher draft pick and quote unquote labeled the higher talent, a higher prospect, he clearly wasn't ready for the moment. He wasn't ready for the moment. So you throw someone out there like a Maxwell Lewis or a Castleton, someone that doesn't come with the pressure of being a first-round pick, a guaranteed contract, yada, yada, yada. And all of a sudden, maybe they get out there and play a little bit more free. The expectations aren't as big on them. If they struggle, if they make some mistakes, it's like, okay, this guy was like a late second-round pick. This guy went undrafted. The pressure is different. So maybe they get out there and they don't play as tense. Maybe they don't make as many mistakes. Maybe they come out there and they're better. You get what I mean? So that I agree with. But what I'm saying is, like, to not even give them those opportunities, that's what I struggle with the Lakers, is they don't develop these young guys. Now, Austin Reeves was different. He got out there. He had a strong second season. He had a good year 3, but it felt like he just never was right most of the season after the Olympics. And being, full-time starter, targeted by other, scouting reports. You got to go through that. And Austin definitely went through that. But the Lakers don't do an excellent job of developing, and a lot of these other teams do. A lot of the other teams do a better job at developing than the Lakers do, and the Lakers gotta get that under control. They do. They've got to be better with that. Alejandro, what's going on, man? Who would you rather have, Caruso or Finney Smith? Give me Caruso, because I've seen what he looks like playing with Braun and AD. Give me him. Kane said, if Vando struggles, would you move him for DFS? I think DFS can be a winning player. I think he can be. I talked to my guys over at We Talk Mavs, Rel and King over at We Talk Mavs, and I actually got a short on that, YouTube short on that. So check that out. We broke that down. And then, they were basically talking about how he can be a winning player. He can be very strong defensively, and he can hit that three. So I don't know. You know what? I feel like Vando's ability has a chance. I feel like his ceiling can be higher than Finney Smith, but is he going to reach it? I guess is the question, is where I'm at with it. No ties. That's what I'm saying. I don't even like being tied with him, man. Is there a scenario in which you would trade for LaVine? No, zero, none. I would not trade for LaVine. Makes too much money. He's always hurt. I wouldn't do it. To me, it's a hard no on LaVine. It's honestly crazy how good Lively is as a rookie. Facts. Way better than Daniel Gafford, and they traded a first for him. Yeah, his ability to rebound, especially in clutch moments, rebound and finish, take the contact when he had ones. He had a couple rookie mistakes where he was going over the back and doing some silly stuff, but he corrected it. He's out there making huge plays for them. That's facts. JHS was not who the Lakers wanted. So who did the Lakers want with that pick? The Lakers, the guys that the Lakers wanted were drafted ahead of them. They wanted Lively. They really wanted Lively. They tried to move up to get him. The Lakers were really close to moving that pick. There were teams calling to move up to get JHS. So it's like JHS was projected to be like in the 10 to 15 range. There were points where he was projected as a lottery pick. This was not looked at as a bad pick at the time. There were a lot of teams that would have taken JHS. It just didn't work out. And like I said, hindsight is 2020, man. Craig, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. What's going on, Raw? Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Thank you. LeGoat says, this is true, Empire Jeff, but you just play who's in front of you. Facts. That's what I've been saying. Just so many injuries, unfortunately. Yeah, you play who's in front of you. So like I said, if the Celtics win this NBA championship, respect to them. I just got some friends who are Celtics fans, and we talk trash back and forth. They bash my team, I bash and mess with them, but it's all love. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. It's fun in the heart of hearts. In the heart of hearts, there's mutual respect when you consider the legacy, even though the trash talking is there. Let me see. Oh man, let's see. Levine career looks good. Yeah, I'm over Levine, man. Vant Traders, what's going on, sir? He says trading for Levine is asking for another Westbrook experience. Thank you. Like, the reason I'm saying I feel like if the Lakers have a chance to get Donovan Mitchell, they got to go all in on that. That is nowhere near the same as trading for Westbrook or Levine. But trading for Levine, yeah, it's Westbrook all over to me. That's just my opinion. Levine is injury prone for the price now. Yeah, it's not ideal. I saw a video that said Lakers prefer projects over ready-made talents in the draft. Well, I don't know why you want a project over a ready-made when you need guys to play right away. I hope that's not true. Lakers wanted Kobe Buffkin, but got selected by the Hawks. Yeah, there was a couple of guys that they wanted that they had interest in. They were just gone at the point when they went to take them. Bridges, what's going on, man? He said, I'll take Levine only if we're doing a rebuild. Yeah, like with Bron and AD, nah, that's asking for disaster. That's asking for that is a disaster waiting to happen. That I agree with for sure. Give me 1 second here, guys. 1 second. Let me see here. I'm getting trash talked here to me. Oh man, let's see. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, guys. All right. Had to. It's kind of what makes sports fun, man, when you get to talk trash back and forth with your friends of different fan bases, man. Boston up 2-0. Yeah, bro. They up 2-0, man. Halliburton hurt, just like Butler was hurt, just like Mitchell was hurt. Like I said, man, they got that fast pass to the NBA Finals this season, y'all. And they give us a bunch of picks to take them. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't understand why people think you have to offer up value for Zach LaVine. Chicago should be paying teams to get him off of their books. Am I right? Like, am I tripping when I say that? Like, let me know what you think about that. I feel like you should get him for free, man. Imagine another Kobe playing for the Lakers. Oh, man. Thoughts on DJ Burns and clutch workouts? I don't know. I have paid next to zero attention to college or any prospects or the comment. Nothing. I haven't really had the time. I've got to do a deep dive and get caught up, but I'm not there yet. So I'm not going to act like I am. Jeff, I know you think Lakers are trading the first, but who available for Gabe and a first? Every team tries to rob the Lakers. Bulls ain't trading Caruso to the Lakers. I don't know if that's 100% true. I talked to the person who said that, and they actually kind of, like I said, walked it back slightly. The thing is that he's a free agent at the end of next year. I think they may trade him this year. And then the Lakers, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, they've got first. They got first. The teams are going to want. Don't listen to all the narratives out there. There's a lot of noise out there, and most of it is not true. And what I'm saying is like Gabe, like I'm telling you, man, if healthy, Gabe is a good basketball player, man. I mean, like I said, he helped Miami Heat get to the NBA Finals. Like, he is a good basketball player. We just got unlucky that he was hurt. Like, we got to hope that he's able to play next year. That's all it really is. Kane says, Jeff, have you ever seen fat dudes get women? Because I'm legit insecure. Both my weight, I'm not fat. I got a little chub roll, though. Man, I'm telling you right now, I seen chubby dudes all over the world have no problem, pulling women, man. Tell you this right now. It's confidence, man. It's confidence. How you talk to them, how you carry yourself. Depending on what age you are, to your goals and accomplishments in life do help when you at that stage of your life. But if you're younger, man, just confidence, man. Confidence. Don't be a weirdo. You know what I mean? Be yourself, and you'll find it. I'm telling you. Like, I've never seen someone who operated under those situations not be able, to secure it. Like I said, I had some huge homies back in the day, man. And they had no problem pulling, man. They had no problem. I'm telling you, it's just an attitude. It's a state of mind. That's all it is. If someone walks around afraid of them, they're gonna sense that. I mean, they're gonna move on. They're gonna look for something else. So just be confident out there, man. Alejandro says, so I guess there's no way now that Tatum, aka Perkins mystery star, is coming now. I mean, if that was Perkins mystery star, we don't know. We don't know what happens. They've got to finish this out. If they win the championship, he's presented with that extension, probably would sign it. But I wouldn't be so sure that that's his mystery star player, though. Mommy got Jay out of UCLA, just made all rookie stuff. Yeah, no, he did. And a lot of teams missed on him. A lot of teams, both before and after the Lakers. So, again, it's not just the Lakers. Lakers need that third star. They need a third all-star caliber player, yes, for sure. DJ Burns lost crazy weight. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the story. Not sure what he would look like because his game was predicated on him using his weight in the post. Gonna have to wait and see, man. Quality Kev, what's going on, man? Injuries also rob basketball fans of seeing a potential good series. This is true. I love Braun, but Dave McMenamin and Brian Windhorst's fascination towards them is weird. Their treatment towards Russ last year was disgusting. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The Braun machine is real. The Braun machine is real, man. It absolutely is real. Absolutely is real. They did go a little too far. The vampire comment was a bit rough, even if that was something that was said. That being said, on air, to kind of publicly kick a man when he was down, a little distasteful for me. Especially I've said this numerous times, especially when it comes to just the man that Russ is. The work he does in the community, things he's done for schools, the things he's done without any credit or recognition in every city he's been in and still does, even though he's not in those cities. So for the man, respect should have been paid. Russ, the basketball player, what happens on the court, that's all fair game. But kicking the man on the way out like that, I felt that was distasteful. And like I said, Russ does a lot of good for a lot of people, never asks anything in return for it. And I think he deserved a little bit more respect in that. And this is someone who didn't enjoy having him as a Laker, the player. Having said that, Russ, the man, I feel he was disrespected. I definitely feel he was disrespected. Let's see. We don't need a third star. We don't need a third top tier star. We need a guy that's all-star level. We do. We definitely do. Especially a Braun going into 40 years old. True. True. Fabio, what's going on? He said, I want to fast forward to the draft soon. Yeah, man. It'll be here before you know it. I know Dan Def agrees with you on the Russ comments. That dude hates his guts. No, you know what? No. Well, I can't speak for Dan, nor will I try to. But we've had on episodes of Around the League, or me and Dan have talked, and he said the same thing. Yeah, that's dope what he's done. So I've heard him compliment what he's done off. But again, on the court is fair game. On the court is fair game. I'm fairly confident that that Dan wasn't taken away from him what he's done in the community. I'd like to say I know Dan well enough that I don't think he would do that. I can't speak for him, but I can just say the conversations we've had on Around the League and stuff like that, when we've brought it up, he always agreed to that. So I get where you're coming from. I didn't like the guy on the court either. I didn't like him as a Laker. But again, I didn't like him when they traded for him. I didn't like the fit off top. So, but outside of that, but like I said, I can't speak for Dan, nor will I try to. But what I'm saying is, I know I brought this up a couple times on Around the League, and I never got pushback on it. And he was like, "Yeah, that's true." You know what I mean? And most of the guys said that. At the end of the day, like anyone who's doing something for our city, guys are going to respect. But Russ was just such a mess with him on this team, and it was so toxic. Russ was so we had Russ and Darvin, right? It was just the level of toxicity was just so crazy, man. Even with Darvin, Darvin is from everything that I've been told and for everything we could see, was a good guy. I don't think anyone was hated the man. They just wanted him removed from being our head coach, just like they wanted Russ removed from wearing our jersey. But outside of that, I pretty much everything, you always hear often, he seems like a nice guy. I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy, but they don't want him as our coach. And then it came down with Russ. They just didn't want him on the team. So I think I personally feel that's where it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I think both can be true. I think both can be that, it's a terrible fit for our team, get him out of here. But at the same time, it sucks because maybe the guy is a good guy, but he just ain't for us. Like, he's not for us. It ain't personal. You know what I mean? That's where I feel it really was, to be honest with you. Hey, Lamont, salute, brother. I see you, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. I'm curious. What do you think on the topic of this video, Lamont? I'm not bashing. If the Celtics win a championship, I've said repeatedly during this stream. Obviously, I'm not going to bash a chip. Anyone who wins a chip, like, they deserve credit for being a champion. I'm just asking the question: is this the easiest in memory, or at least of the 2000s? Is this the easiest path to the NBA Finals through the Eastern Conference, considering the teams they faced and all their top guys being hurt on each team? So that's the question I'm posing tonight. But again, as I mentioned, if they win a championship, I don't discredit a single chip. Never have, never will. I don't understand why they like the projects. It's dumb. Get the ready now players. Even if you wanted to trade them later, you get more value for better players overall. That's not all. Well, better players overall. But I think what it is, Savage, is a lot of these teams draft someone who they think has the higher ceiling. So like someone like Jaime Jaquez Jr., they knew he's ready to play right now. But maybe they felt these other guys that take a little bit of time have a higher ceiling. And sometimes you'll see that happen. So that's like when you saw like someone like a Derek Fisher got drafted the same year as Kobe Bryant. Derek Fisher got minutes. Kobe Bryant didn't. We all knew who had the better career and the higher ceiling, but Derek Fisher was more ready to play right now. So if you're a team that's hoping to contend for an NBA championship, you probably should go for the guy that can play right now. And as opposed to the guy who may take 2 years or 3 years, like, to do it. So it depends kind of where you are in your timeline and where you are with your roster. But like I said, some teams, especially if you're in the lottery, you don't draft the guy who's ready right now. You want the guy with the higher ceiling, the higher potential. The problem is the higher ceiling, higher potential, the bigger risk, right? So you don't know what they're going to be. The other guy's probably going to be a really solid, good role player for a long time. Like Jaime Jaquez Jr. is going to be a very good role player for a long time, but more than likely, but he's not going to be a star. So guys are going to go after and try to draft some teams are going to draft someone who they think that could potentially be a star, perennial all-star, all-NBA type guy. They draft on potential most of the time. Now, if you're in the playoffs and you're a contender like Miami who was picking in the 20s, then you're going to go for someone like Jaime Jaquez Jr. because you're not sitting here looking at a project at that point. So that's what I'm saying. So the Lakers wanting the ready person versus the project depends on where you are and where your timeline is moving forward, to be honest with you. Kane says, it's one of the times I really question Braun's IQ for the game sometimes. Like I said, salute Lamont. Russ gave the city an awesome car dealership, so respect the man. Yeah, shout out to the Russell Wefrick Chevrolet, man, over there in Van Nuys, man. But no, Russ has done a lot for the community, man. Like I said, it's all fair and game between those lines, y'all. It's all fair and fun and games and fair between those lines. But the human nature and the human element point matters. These are grown men with families and friends, and sometimes people cross these lines. What happens on the court is fair game, but sometimes people go too far, man. People go too far, and for McManaman and those guys like the Windhorse, and for them to do that vampire line directly on national television, to me that went a little too far. Do you think the Raps will pick up Bruce Brown's contract, or he'll sign more long-term deal? Love him as a player, but damn, that's a heavy contract. I only think they pick up the contract, the option on the team option. I only believe they pick that up if they have a willing trade partner, and they might, and they could, and it could end up being the Lakers. So just keep an eye on that. The D'Angelo Russell situation, because the Lakers need him, and in some ways he needs the Lakers, because while there's probably multiple teams that have interest in D'Lo, I think Lamont said up to 19 teams. There's only a handful with actual cap space. So let's say those other 12, 13, 14 teams that have interest in D'Lo, the only way to get him would be him opting in and then being traded there, or opting out and then doing a signing trade out to them. So majority of the teams who are going to have interest in D'Lo would require the Lakers' participation in that. So Toronto could be one of them. D'Lo could very well, that move could be done rather easily if he opts in and you add a minimum contract like a Jackson Hayes or a Cam Reddish are probably going to opt in, or even a Christian Wood. You can get to his $22 million salary. So the Lakers just have to send out slightly more than they're taking back to not trigger the hard cap. But they could get to that. Or D'Lo can opt out and do a sign and trade out, which would not hard cap the Lakers at the first apron. So there are things they could do. In reality, D'Lo and the Lakers, in a strange way, need each other if they want all of their options. Because these teams out there, the Detroits, the Orlandos, these guys with money. I mean, you'd have to think they're going to be looking hard at a Malik Monk. Philly could be looking at Paul George. Like, there are players who these teams are going to be looking to spend their money on before D'Lo. Is D'Lo going to want to wait and find himself in a position where he may have to take a mid-level? I don't think so. So we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. Quality Kev says, do you do open panels for some streams? Yeah, I do for some streams. I got a new segment. If you look at the, let me go ahead and take this out of here real quick. If you look at the bottom here, there's a logo right there that says EPJ Sports Night. That's a new nightly talk show, kind of like a sports talk radio show. They're going to be launching literally any day now. I almost launched it a couple of days ago, but I just haven't been able to yet. But when I do that, then yeah, I'm gonna have call-ins, and maybe not a full-fledged panel, but I'll have call-ins, and then maybe I'll do something. Maybe I do a couple nights a week panels. I just got to be real careful because those panels can get hectic, and I kind of run like a tight ship here when it comes to panels. I don't want any of the nonsense. I don't want any of the craziness. So I've been very careful with panels. They're kind of controlled, kind of sticking to the people I know. But yeah, they'll get to a point where I will have panels for sure. Here goes Lamont's take here. That's why you grind to be a number one seed to make your path easier. That's facts. All these teams that take the regular season for granted should take notes. Yeah, that's fact. That is fact. That's why I gave props to OKC. Like I said, they never felt like a true number one, right? Never felt like they were going to be able to close out some of these teams, but you had to respect them getting number one. They took it serious. So to Minnesota, I think Minnesota tried for it. But at the end of the day, that is true. You do take it serious, but someone like Philly, who was number two at the time, and then their injuries, you know what I mean? They could have probably potentially been in the mix for number one seed if they were healthy all year. Didn't have the Harden headache. Milwaukee doesn't get hurt, even though their defense was a problem. I mean, like Boston, obviously, with those teams getting hurt, the path to securing the number one seed was fairly easier because the conference was so weak, in my opinion. Let's see. Lakers always take the shortcuts. They'd rather trade for a star than draft to develop one. It's just the Lakers' way, man. It's been that way forever. Outside of the 80s, when they drafted Magic, drafted Worthy, they traded for Byron. Like I said, they did trades after that fact, especially like later on the back end of Showtime. Really, outside of Shaquille O'Neal and LeBron James, it's pretty much all been through trade. Even Kobe was traded for. Like, I understand they drafted him for the Lakers, but it was a trade. So it's just the way the Lakers have done business. When you're competing every year, it's hard to build through the draft, and it's hard for you to have salary cap space while you're winning, unless you just hit some dumb luck, But it's hard to do. It's hard to build these teams like that. And so the Lakers perennially, the only way to do so was through trade. Legoat says, this is the easiest path. 100 was trying to think of LeBron run, but couldn't. It's not. And again, I want to be clear about this because it is not the Celtics' fault that they have the clearer path or the easier path. I want to be clear about that. You play who is in front of you. It is not your fault that all these stars are going west. If you're the Boston Celtics, it's not your fault that a lot of these Eastern Conference GMs have botched the draft or have expedited rebuilds, or their stars have demanded out and have gone west. Like, it's not the Celtics' fault that has happened. So I want to be clear about that. You guys know me as a guy who's pretty honest, pretty. I do my best to be unbiased, especially on this show. In my personal life, when I'm out here repping my team and all that, I could be crazy biased. I'm a fan. But when I do this show, I take my fan cap off and I really come at it from a middle ground. I really, really do. I don't think any of you guys who've ever done have been around for a while have ever seen me be like a full-fledged fanboy here, right? I'm not disrespecting anyone that is. What I'm saying is I really try to be objective. I really, really do. And I think in your heart of hearts, you guys know I do that. So at the end of the day, like I said, I could sit here. Both of these things can be correct. I could both be saying that the Boston Celtics have had the easiest path to the NBA Finals through the Eastern Conference that I can remember. That can be true while also saying it's not their fault that that's the case. You get what I'm saying? So people who see the title to this video and hear me kind of joking around in the beginning, but don't listen to the entire video. And granted, I'm on an hour and a half already here. I get it why a Celtic fan probably isn't going to want to listen to this whole video. But what I'm saying is, you guys have heard me several times say, if they win it, it's legit. I'm not taking it away from them. None of that, right? So what I'm saying is, I just posed a question. And if it was the Lakers going through this, I'd be like, damn, is this the luckiest we've ever been? I would have no problem asking that question. I really wouldn't. Let's see. Alejandro says it's definitely one of the easiest paths to the championships, but we worry about us and not anyone else. Yeah, I worry about my team more than I worry about any other team, that's for sure. But when you're doing a show, man, you got to have topics and talking points and discussions. And it's the NBA playoffs. There's only 4 teams left. And I thought this was a good title, You think the Celtics beat whoever comes out of the West? I like the Wolves matchup over the Celtics. Mavs would be a very well-matched series. I said that earlier too. I think whoever comes out of the West won't be a cakewalk for them at all. I still think they could win it, of course, but I don't think whoever comes out of the West is just going to get swept. Maybe they will. Maybe, I can't predict. I don't know, maybe another injury or something. But what I'm saying is, I think whoever comes out of the West, I think it could be a good matchup. 1 second, let me get some water real quick. But like I said, man, it's all fun and games, man. It's all sometimes it's fun to talk some trash, be a little competitive, but at the end of the day, we got to keep it a buck. We got to be real. Like I said, I feel this is an easy path. There's nothing wrong with saying that. And if you're the Celtics, so what if it is an easy path? You don't get it all tight about it, right? It is what it is. You play what's in front of you. And however, I will say that's why I'm not saying is this going to be the easiest championship ever. I'm not going to say that because whoever they face in the NBA Finals, I think could potentially be a dogfight. I think it could. Let's see. I'm still getting hit here. I think it still could potentially be a dogfight. Okay, I stayed on that one. Why is the... Hold on, y'all. There we go. Streamer was tripping here. How would you describe actions of the toxicity that was in the Lakers locker room? Because when people say toxic, they never describe what was toxic about it. There was different levels of toxic from last year and this year. The level of last year, with Bron kind of chasing that scoring title the first half of the season, didn't sit well with everybody, including Anthony Davis, who it was well known, how his reaction to LeBron breaking the record was viewed. That was also stretched a little bit. There was a little bit more reason for that too. But there was a definite disconnect between the two and how that team should have been playing last season. Russ as well. And even some this year, to the point where I told you guys when Anthony Davis made that comment saying that there's times where they don't know what they're doing on both offense and defense. And they said that the Lakers were upset about him saying that. The people in the Lakers organization, I was told that the reason why the Lakers organization was upset that he said that because they didn't feel that was just towards Darvin. Excuse me. I'm not saying that's true. That's not what I'm saying. What it was is initially they didn't believe that was just a shot at Darvin. There were people within the Laker organization that thought that AD was getting frustrated with Braun. Doesn't mean he was. Doesn't mean he was directing that. That's not what I was saying, because I said that on a stream and I kind of got remixed a little bit in a different way. I'm not saying that's true. I'm saying their initial reaction is that they felt that was not a shot directly at Darvin himself alone, is what I was saying. Now, maybe they were wrong, and maybe only a couple people felt that way. But because I called, like when I was talking to someone, I was like, yeah, they're mad because he took a shot at Darvin there publicly. And they're like, nah, but they didn't think that was 100% at Darvin. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's what they got upset about. Because the Lakers were already upset with Darvin's, the Lakers, like I've been saying, I found this to be true because I had someone call me after they heard me say this a couple times. And they were like, you're right. The Lakers were more frustrated with how Darvin handled himself with the media than with his overall coaching, which I had been saying, but they didn't like the way he handled the media. Like they didn't like the way when he said, I don't understand how people live and die with all of our, with our games, every night. The Lakers organization didn't like that. They also didn't like that he went out there publicly and spoke on them having, them being fully committed to him, because they didn't make that public. So I don't know if I mentioned that before, but that was also the case. So what I'm saying is, like, there was a lot of toxicness there. There was. And it was just, like I said, lack of leadership, man, the injuries, the roster just not working out the way it should have. Just the overall fan base just completely borderline rioting against Darvin Ham. It was very, very toxic for sure. It's a huge reason I'm glad Skip Bayless fell off. Has not been the same since Shannon left his. In my opinion, some of Shannon's disrespect was forced from him being around Skip. Yeah. No, you're right. And I can't even remember the last time I watched that show, to be honest. It's terrible. I would love a dealer for Bruce Brown contract. Don't think we get much more value for him out of a trade. I wouldn't mind that. We need a dog. We need a guy who can do multiple things. Bruce Brown fits a lot of things for the Lakers. The Lakers have wanted him, have been trying to get him for a while. You see, Jeff, I understand the point for JHS, but he wasn't a good shooter or athletic for being a 6'6" point guard coming out of college. I hear you. I'm definitely not disputing that. My take was, and will remain, there are a lot of teams interested in him, and he was rated pretty high in draft boards. So, like I said, the Lakers got him. Other teams didn't. Who knows how it works out with another team, their development. If he gets hurt like he did here, like, who knows? I also haven't fully given up on him yet. We'll wait to see what happens with him. Legote says, not sure Lakers need D'Lo with AR and Dinwiddie here. AR may not be here anymore, and Dinwiddie may not be back. He's a free agent. What pieces could we get for D'Lo? I heard some names, Gary Harris, Trent Jr., or DeAnthony Melton. What's the best choice? Melton's nice, bit undersized, though. I don't know yet, because I don't know who's for sure 100% going to be available. And plus, I don't know for sure if D'Lo ends up opting in, because his agent kind of goes out there and hears that it's better for him to opt in. I don't know if he opts out and they seek a signage. I don't know yet. It's way too early to know, because we don't know 100% who is available. So anyone, it's just guessing right now. No one knows for sure. I think Lakers can get lucky and have a couple of respectable players fall into their lap for minimum. Buddy Hield, Hayward, Chris Paul, Covington, Batum. Yeah, Batum's going to retire. He's already announced that. But the rest, yeah, at minimums, those wouldn't be bad pickups at all. 24 likes. Yeah, that is trash. Come on, let's see where we are now. Really, 24 likes, y'all. Hold on, Ron, where you at, brother?
Acknowledge me, please.
Come on, y'all. No, where we at? 25 likes on a video. 25, you know what that is, man?
Damn.
Come on, man. Hit those three dots at the top right if you're on mobile, and select the thumbs up to drop a like on the video. Come on, man. I'm over here over an hour and a half with you guys. 25 likes. That's borderline disrespect. Come on, y'all. Drop a like on the video. And if you have not done so already, please subscribe to the channel. About 30% of you guys in here right now have not subscribed to the channel. So come on, go and subscribe, man. It's free. Helps out the channel. Turn on those notifications to get notified when we go live. So subscribe to the channel, man. We greatly, greatly appreciate y'all. Get those likes up. Truly does help the channel. And I appreciate all of y'all over on Twitter, man. A lot of people over on Twitter right now. So greatly, greatly appreciate y'all. Drop a like on the post. Retweet it. Put it out there. Join the conversation. Let me know what you guys think. Be great to hear from y'all. Appreciate you, though, Bridges. Appreciate you. It's almost impossible for teams to not be affected by locker room toxicity. I covered the Dodgers when Bradley and Kent got into it in the locker room. Oh, man. So Alejandro. So, man, I remember that team, man. I definitely remember that team. And Bradley, man, I loved when they got Milton Bradley from the A's, man. I loved when they got him. And he had some season, man. I remember when he slammed that beer down on the fan, remember? In the stands, man. Milton just got a little crazy. But I was excited when we got him. I felt like we stole him. We also stole Andre Ether from them too. But yeah, I remember that. A lot of rooms have toxic. Baseball, typically not as often, man. Clubhouses are important in baseball. There's a lot more guys in there. But when you have like a LeBron James, who is kind of like just a story no matter what happens, it kind of comes with the territory, man, for sure. Chris Gent going to Charlotte. He is that yeah, I mean the whole coaching staff got let go, so that would make sense. Let's see. Event Trader says, what's more likely, Lakers finish top seed next season or Lakers miss playoffs? I don't know, because I don't know what our roster is going to look like. But I'd have to say right now, top 6. Like I think with those picks, I think they're going to be heavily involved in this offseason for sure. Mark Rayner, what's going on, man? You said 973 Jersey. You in Jersey? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Jersey, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you like what you hear, man. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it, man. We here every night. We do this. We talk NBA. We talk the Lakers. We talk MLB. We talk the Dodgers. And all the other teams, man. Like you said, tonight we talking the Eastern Conference and the Celtics, amongst all kinds of other things here. So appreciate you tuning in. And like I said, subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video. We'd appreciate it. Yeah, those would be great guys at the minimum, man. Lakers third round championship with Shaq and Kobe was an easy path. Also, it was an easy path in the finals, but no, that Sacramento Kings team took all the way to Game 7. That was rough. But that's because Lakers were so much better than everyone else. No, they're if you talk about the three-peat, the third one, no. That's Sacramento series. Sacramento gave us everything we can handle. Overtime in Game 7 on the road, man. I was at that game. So I'm telling you, like that third year was tough. That was the toughest year. Now it was the easiest finals because we swept Jersey. But outside of that, that was not that Western Conference Finals was murder. Reeves like a tweet dissing him. Bridges, I think it's doable. Let's see. Kane says, I think the toxicity with Russ was probably due to the trade rumors and losing. Facts. Not a fun position to be in. Facts. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you there. Alejandro for sure, but got to get it big and some defenders. Yep. It's funny because he had a mild redemption arc when he became a sixth man. He was getting standing ovations from the fans, but that went away after late January, February. Yeah, I remember that. And he was. Kane also, the ego crash was big. Russ never imagined he would be getting booed in his hometown. Yeah, that was rough. What's funny about Kwame seems to hate LeBron more than Kobe or Jordan. That's dudes. Yeah. He bigs up. He speaks up on Kobe. You know what I mean? Yeah. He doesn't like Bron. He doesn't like Bron. Jordan was probably the roughest on him, but yeah. Yeah. Give Jeff more likes. Come on, man. You drop some likes on the video, y'all. I do not want Garland. I don't either. I'd rather keep D'Lo and put a defensive two next to him. Hillbilly Kobe, six man. Yeah, I don't want Garland. I really don't. Lakers with the same exact team and a new coach, maybe top 6. Well, exact same team, new coach, and health, probably top 6 for sure. Jeff Kent and Cesar is Torres, man. His Torres was nice, man. That was a squad when I became a Dodger fan. Gagne, Billingsley, Nomar, Olmedo, Loney, Russell Martin. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a fun team. That was a really fun team, man. I hated the McCourt years, man. But man, that I did like that team, man. I did like that team for sure. Gagne was automatic, yeah, man. That he was definitely automatic, man. And then those steroids came into play, man. That was crazy. The most electrifying Dodger times in the last 20 years, though, was Matty. Oh, Matty Wood was nuts. Manny, was that 2008? Was that 2008? Oh my God, Manny Wood was nuts. I remember when they traded for him, man. I was like, oh my God, we got Manny? And then they signed him back and it was over. It was trash. He got banned for substance. And I was like, but that year, that him and my memory serves me right. He got traded to the Dodgers. Teixeira got traded to the Angels. And both of them went on such a heater that year. It was just ridiculous. But Manny Wood was nuts, man. I remember when they got him. I was so excited when they got him, man. Remember we thought THT was going to be the face of this franchise with AD. I thought he gave Kawhi vibes, but boy, was I wrong. He looked good for a few games, 21, 22, then he fell off hard. I never had him ranked that high. I thought he was going to be a really, really good level role player. I felt we stole him. But again, he just didn't fit. It just didn't work. And I agree. Can't forget Broxton. Yeah, Jonathan Broxton. I remember that. Big John Broxton, man. He was lights out for a while too. I remember Detroit laughing at the Lakers for offering Nunn and THT for Grant. Yeah, I remember. It's up there with Shohei. People don't know. People don't know. No, Manny was but see, Manny went on a crazy tear upon getting here, man. I mean, he was lights out when he got here. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts when he got here. He was just raking when he got here. It was lights out. It was one of the best arrivals, like, of a player getting here and just destroying competition at the plate that I can remember. You still think THT can be something, or is he cooked? He been getting benched in Utah. I think he could be a rotational player for someone. With everything, man, an opportunity and a situation matters. He hasn't really found himself in one, but you put him in a good role with a coach and a team that believes in him. I think he can contribute. I think he could be a rotational player for a team. I do. He's got a unique skill set, and I think he's a decent player. I don't know if he'll ever be what we thought he would be at one point, but I think he can have a 10 to 12 year NBA career. I don't think that's unfair to say. Let's see. Yeah, one of the best arrivals. Like, I'm talking about just for the time that he got here and the level in which he was playing and the dominance. It was a short span because, like I said, when they re-signed him the next year, he got banned, I think, for like 50 games for the substance. He was never really the same after that. But that peak, man, he was ridiculous. What's going on, Kurt? What's up, Jeff and chat? Still not a fan of the vertical. How's he Lucky doing tonight? Lucky's doing great, man. Lucky's doing great, man. He had himself a good day. Like I said, we had our walk. It's funny, we passed by where we take on his walk, and there was a new Smash Burger pop up. And we stopped by, we were passing by, and then the guy was like, hey, Beagle, because Lucky's a Beagle. And he's like, I have a Beagle. And he goes, can I make him a pup patty? Like a pup smash patty. I was like, say less. Like, so Lucky's getting all excited. He's sitting there, like he can smell all the food around. So he's all like getting hyper. And the guy brings him up his pup patty, man. You would have thought that Lucky won the lotto, man. Of course, you had all the people around, everybody coming around him. Everybody loves to see Lucky out and about in the street, man. So Lucky had himself a good day, got his walk in. And guy got his free pup patty from the Smash Burger pop-up, man. So shout out to them for taking care of Smashing LA is what it was called, man. Shout out to them for taking care of Lucky today, man. The guy had a Beagle, saw Lucky, got excited, and hooked him up. So shout out to them. Smashing LA, man. Smashing LA is the name of the pop-up that pulled up tonight, man. You watch UFC, you think Poirier got a shot against Islam? I really don't know enough about UFC. I've seen fights, obviously, but I'm definitely not the guy to have a formal opinion on that for sure. I think THT needs to buy into a role. He can be a good 3-and-D wing if he buys in. He plays like a Rucker Park hooper. He has the wingspan and strength to be a good defender, cutter, and a corner 3 guy. Yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, he's got to get in the right system. He a good finisher at the rim, below the rim, and even at the rim, he can bang it too. At this rate, Lucky gonna be dating one of the Laker girls. Lucky a star, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Lucky a star. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna create a channel just for Lucky. I'm just gonna film him day in the life, on his walks, out and about. I guarantee you, Lucky will get more super chats than I do, man. That's a fact. KD, what's up, my guy? I see you, man. Appreciate you. But Lucky's definitely living the life, bro. That Lucky's living the life. If y'all follow me on IG at Empire Jeff, most of my stories are Lucky. Him living his life, knocked out, napping, living it up, man. This guy is a good life, man. There's no doubt about it. KD says, what's the era for the Dodger? Oh, ERA for the Dodger starters. Overall, I'd have to look that up. Well, they go up and down, so I don't know what their overall ERA is. I definitely got to look that up. But they look where they're lights out, and there's games where they just got same with their bullpen. Their arms have just been inconsistent. We skipped one here. Well, Islam is a monster, but Poirier got that KO power. It's gonna be a fun fight. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Let's see. Toronto got WNBA team. Everyone voted for that except the Knicks. I saw that lawsuit pending. Jake was there at the announcement. Yeah. It was it's funny. You can have Kyle Lowry hanging out with Masai Ujiri while he's technically not a free agent yet. There's no tampering being filed, huh? But let that be. I don't know what site to look at for their bullpen ERA. Well, if you just go to any of them, just go to teams, and then just go to teams and then go to pitching and then rank them, and we'll get the Dodgers ERA from there. Hey, Patrick, what's going on? I see you, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. But for y'all coming in late here, the topic that we were speaking on earlier is: do you feel like the Celtics have had the easiest path to the NBA Finals in the Eastern Conference, if not history, then definitely of like the 2000s? That's what I want to know. Do you guys Do you guys feel that's the case? 1 second here. 1 second. 1 second. One second. Uh, 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. Had to talk trash back real quick. Are you going to check out any Sparks game to see? You know what? I was looking at going tomorrow. I know Caitlin Clark's going to be there tomorrow night. I got invited. I was trying to move some things around. 1 second, guys. I was trying to move some things around to go tomorrow night. Don't know if I'm going to be able to make it happen. But I'm going to try. But I got invited to it. What the heck? What is up? StreamYard is bugging. There we go. Yeah, it's not history. Cavs 2000 Eastern Conference Finals was. In 2016, who did they face in 2016? Go back. I just can't remember when this week where every top player from every team was out. Like, I don't remember that happening. I don't remember that. The Celtics have been lucky, especially with Porzingis out. Pacers are healthier. They're just not ready. I mean, no, Halliburton went down today. So who knows if when he comes back. He only played 27 minutes today. And he didn't come back, and his status for the next game is unknown. He missed a lot of time with a hamstring earlier in the season, so we'll see if he actually comes back. Swept Detroit, then beat the Hawks, then Kyrie dismantled Boston. Okay. That was 2016. You might be right about that. Remember DJ Venga, Sun Yu, and Adam Morrison? Man, good old 2009, man. That 2009 team, man, a lot of people bashed on that 2009 team. Kobe, Powell, Lamar, Ariza, Bynum. Like there were some really good players on that team. See if they make it to the finals. It's one of the easiest. Yeah. And again, if they get to the finals, there's going to be some stiff competition there. How come 10 to 15 years ago they played two centers and Bynum and Powell? Was Powell spacing the floor a bit? Powell was technically a power forward then. It was before they kind of started to go a little bit smaller. But Powell was a power forward. He was not a center for the Lakers. He became one later, but he wasn't initially the center for the Lakers. He was a power forward. He was a four. Yeah, but that was in the finals. We were talking about just the Eastern Conference path, not the overall, not once they met up in the finals. Because again, even if the Celtics, which we all believe they will, even if the Celtics make the finals this year, it's not going to be a cakewalk once they get there. We've had the opposite, where a team has gone through hell to get there, like last year, right? Not hell, sorry, where a team has gone through pretty good competition on the way to the finals, and then just there was no one there that could see them. Right. And then, or even 2020 with the Lakers, right? Like once you got to the finals, okay, it's over. It's done. No one for a second believed that once Denver got to the finals, the competition began, right? So this year it's opposite, where you got them just going to run through the East like it's no one's business. And then when they do get to the finals, it's not going to get easier. Why did Lamar come what? Oh, why did he come off the bench? Phil made the adjustment after they lost in 2008. And he felt that, needed to strengthen the bench and needed him to play like a 6th man of the year role for them to be able to win a championship. And it worked. He was definitely capable of starting, but it's the same thing that Steve Kerr did with Iggy when he moved him to the bench. Felt it was better for the team. He changed a lot of the things that Mark Jackson was doing. He added Draymond to the starting lineup. He removed David Lee. He sent Iggy to the bench. He made the moves around the roster in the lineup that put them over the top. That's kind of what Phil did with Lamar. Loved Bynum. Sad the injuries killed him. Yeah, he had moments of dominance, man. Yeah, he was on his way to being something pretty special. Jeff, why didn't the Powell and Dwight Howard pair work? D'Antoni, believe it or not, had no idea how to use Pau Gasol. He did not use him. When we got D'Antoni, the belief was, oh man, Nash and Powell in that system was going to be great. It was going to be great. And then it just wasn't. And he was putting Powell in the corner, wanted him to be a stretch big, and that wasn't Powell's game. And he did not know how to use Pau Gasol at all. And that was one of the downfalls of that Laker team. Oh, yeah, I thought you meant entire playoffs. No. We're on the same page now. Yeah, exactly. Same reason. Same reason why AR should come off the bench. Absolutely. But yeah, man. It's been fun. It was a good conversation. Like I say, I'm gonna say it again because I mean no disrespect to Boston. I don't. It's a legitimate question. If the Lakers were heading towards the NBA Finals and we're sitting here like we haven't even broke a sweat yet, I'd be like, man, bro, is this the easiest path we've ever seen? Like, I would have no problem saying that. I really wouldn't. Because in 2001, I was like, yo, we were just blitzing everyone, yo. I remember thinking, like, are we this great or is this competition that weak? Because remember, we had gotten Portland in round one. We kind of just destroyed them in 2000. So by the time we got them in 2001, they were just a broken team. Sacramento wasn't there yet. We got them in round one in 2000. We got them in round two in 2001. And then we got them in round three in 2003. They progressed every year. But we took them out in 2001. We swept them. They had some good games against us. They were coming, but they weren't there yet. And then they made the Bibby trade. And that pumped them up and got them up to the level where they took us to game 7 and overtime. But that 2001 team, it was Portland in round one, Sacramento in round. So it was just like, I remember thinking, like, is this team that great or is it? But I think it was just one of those years where teams were adjusting to what the Lakers were becoming. There was some movement in the league and teams were coming up. So like Sacramento was getting there, but they weren't there yet. And then they got to Philly. Obviously, they lost game 1 in overtime and then won the next 4. It was a gentleman's sweep from there. So yeah, I remember saying it at that time. Like the Lakers were dominant that season. And the Celtic team, I don't think is dominant. You know what I mean? I really think like those teams in the East are just cheeks, man. Like I just think that they are. Let's see. Said, did Bynum actually hate the game of basketball? There was rumors he preferred computers and only played because of his height. Bynum didn't even start playing basketball until high school. So he didn't grow up loving it. You know what I mean? I don't know if he ever loved the game. That's a fair point. There were a lot of rumors pointing to that. Yeah, Powell was super frustrated on D'Antoni. I feel like a lot, if Rui struggles were on Ham, he had no business guarding MPJ. That is a mismatch. Facts. But I think also a lot of Rui's frustration was his health. He was hurt in Washington. He's had an injury issue since he's been here. He's just never been able to kind of solve that, man. Everyone likes and subscribe. Check out Jeff's Substack. Become a member. Thank you. Absolutely, man. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. And subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Like I said, we here every night putting in this work. So we greatly appreciate if you just sub up to the channel. And like I said, we've been on a pretty good run, man. We're up to almost 50 subs since Tuesday night. So that's on a good little roll right now. So appreciate all y'all. We got a lot of new members to the community. But definitely drop a like on the video. Let's see where we are right now, man, before we get ready to head out for the night. Let's see where we are, man. So we're sitting over 40 people in the building, 31 likes. Come on, y'all. We got to get some likes on the video. If you're on your mobile, hit those 3 dots at the top right, hit the thumbs up, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Like I said, about 30% of y'all who are in here on the nightly have yet to subscribe to the channel. So please subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way to help us out. We would greatly appreciate y'all. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the night. I've been with you guys just about 2 hours now. So I'm going to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a good rest of your Thursday, man. Hope you guys have a safe Friday. I will catch you guys here again tomorrow night. And we'll talk some more of this, man. But if you guys are coming in, you're coming in late and you're doing the replay, let me know in the comment section of what you said. I'm going to say it again. This video is not meant to be a shot or any disrespect towards the Celtics. It's simply a question. If y'all go on the way, win the entire thing, I will salute you guys. And there's no discrediting your championship. This is just my question of thinking. Is this the easiest path to the finals in the East that we've seen maybe in the last 25 years. Just let me know what you guys think about that. I do feel that if they do make it to the finals, which more than likely they will, but I do believe that the competition will be valid, and we will see what goes on there. But good night to y'all. Y'all be safe. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Y'all be safe. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow night. Kurt, JSJ, I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure if y'all see Search around, just tell him I said hello, man. I ain't seen him for a while. Just want to make sure he's good. Tell him we miss him. Tell him it's all good. We appreciate him. And we'll see him on the other side. All right, y'all. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night.